Are you using Google Forms in your business? Or do you know what is a Google form and you want to use in your business? If your answer is yes, then in this video, you're going to learn 7 type of Google forms which you should start immediately using in your business. Hi guys, I'm Kewal Kishan, business automation coach. In the past 8 years, I'm helping manufacturers, traders, and service providers to customize their business using Google Forms and Google Sheets. So let's get started. Before telling you these 7 type of Google Forms, kindly make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. And after you complete this video, make sure you share it with your friends, manufacturers, traders, and service providers in your network so that they can also get the benefit of this tutorial. So, what is the first Google form which you should start using in your website, in your business? So, first of all, the first of Google form which I recommend is request a callback form. What do you mean by request a callback form? Friends, most of the SME business owners, almost everybody has a website of their business. Although not everybody, most of the business owners have a website. But as per the survey that I've done with more than 1,000 business owners, what I found out that 90% plus business owners are not getting any leads or inquiries from their website. And the biggest reason is they do not have a form on their website on which a person can fill up a form and can send a notification to the owner that please call me back, I need your service. They just simply put up an email ID and number and they expect people to call them or directly email them. But nowadays, the user's interaction and the user's interest to call you directly or just email you is not that high. People just want a relaxing, a comfort zone way, and that is a form, especially if it is a Google form. So what you can do, you can create a request to callback form, and I'll tell you what are the variables that you should have in a Google form. And that Google form you can embed on your website so that whenever somebody wants to ask about your service or want to take your quotation of a product or want to know what your service or want to take your help, they just simply fill that form, and using a lot of add-ons like form notification, many more, you get notified that somebody has filled up a form. And they also can get a customized email from your side, showing an automated email showing your services, your brochure, and asking just to wait for a few hours, and while you or your sales team call them back. Now the question is, what are the variables that we can have in this request a callback form? So for example, you can ask them for their name, right? It's always good to ask the name. Then why should you miss email ID? You should always ask for email ID as well. Then you must ask for the contact number. How will you contact them back if you don't have a contact number? Then, for example, if you're providing any products or service, you can divide them into a couple of categories, 2 3 categories, and then you can create a drop down in Google form, and you can ask them that which category or which category are you interested in to discuss or discover or buy or something else, right? Depending on your interest on what type of form you want to put on the website. So you can create a drop down of the categories, and the person fills the name, email, contact number, and then finally person chooses the category in which he or she is interested in, then submits. And automatically you will get to know that somebody has asked to request a callback on your website. This single factor has increased more than 30% of sales of one of my students called Akhilesh Likha. He created a website and he embedded this form called request a callback form, and he started getting more than 150 inquiries just from the website. Okay, now let's go to the second form, which I recommend that everybody should use it. It's lead generation or referral generation form. Friends, most of you, if you're a business owner, you might be part of any other networking platform like BNI or any other, or you might have your inner circle where your friends keep referring you to their friends or their family members, right? Now, what happens that whenever we get in a referral, we just simply note it down on a mobile, or we simply note it down on a diary, or simply on an Excel file. Or if we get a lead as well, we get a cold call from somebody who says that, hi, I want your service, and somebody has recommended me your name, and can you call me, or can we meet at this particular day? And you just note it down in your diary. What happens that you eventually end up forgetting about it, right? Imagine you're managing 10 20 leads on the diary, and the person says that let's meet tomorrow 5 p.m. And even if you miss out that particular person to call at 5 p.m., it creates huge negative impression, and you actually lose that lead on the first place itself. So what I recommend you to do is create a lead generation or a referral form where whenever somebody approaches you to ask about your product or service directly, or somebody provides you a referral, you just put up the name of the person who is interested to buy, the email if you can get, the number, and what kind of product or service he's or she is interested in. And then you can say the referrals, the person who has referred this, you can put up that person's name as well. And when you enter, this data goes into the Google Sheet. Okay, and you can see the Google Sheet on mobile, on tablet, and your team also can follow up on that particular data to the leads, and then take that particular journey. And that is where further the role of CRM comes into the picture, where in the CRM you can manage the lead stage by stage. But if we talk about simple form, then this is the form which I recommend you to create: referral generation or lead generation form. So we have discussed two forms till now: request or callback form. Now let's go for the third form, which is really an amazing one. And let me tell you, total 7 forms which I'm going to tell you. These are the forms which is right now helping the business owners in my coaching systems to increase their sales, to double their inquiries, and to for systemizing the business as well. So you cannot afford to miss out these 7 type of forms. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Okay, great. So third type of form will be new customer order form. Okay, for example, the customer inquires about your product or service, and imagine that they have, they say that, okay, let's do the business together, and you have onboarded them as a client. Now what happens that when you onboard a client, the client might have some requirement right now, but in the future they might come up with some other requirement, and then some other requirement. And there are always some basic information that you want to collect of the customer in the first place. For example, their name, their address, their GST number, what kind of business they are into, what city they are based out of, or some of the basic things which already know, that which you want to collect from the customer. So it's always good to create a customer onboarding or a customer order form. Okay, where when a customer gives you a new order, you should have a form where you can fill all the details about the order which he or she wants to give it to you. Clear? Now let's go for the fourth form. Once you get the order, you complete this order, okay, you deliver it, and from your side, you have done the work, you got the payment. But most of the business owners, okay, forget about taking the feedback. The difference between an average business owners and awesome business owners is that average business owners just focus on making a sale. However, awesome business owners make sure that they give really an amazing experience to the person, so that that customer becomes your loyal customer, and the person eventually becomes your advocate, and they start promoting your product or service without asking for any commission or something. And the best way is to ask for the feedback. Why do you need a feedback from the customer after you deliver? Because when you ask for the feedback, first of all, the customer realizes that you actually respect their feedback, whatever they give, tell you, either good or bad. At least you're listening to how was their experience. So it means you really care for your operations, for your service. This is a good part. Second is, if out of 1 to 5 rating, if any customer give you 1 star or 2 star out of 1 to 5, it means they are not happy. It means they are actually helping you to reorganize some of the things which are not helping the customers. So they are actually helping you to restructure some of the things. So you should thank them, you should call them, you should ask them how can you improve, right? Some of the customers will be giving you 3 ratings, so you should ask them, how can we improve our experience to make it 5 star for you? How can we deliver the service to such an extent that you give us the 5 star? What are that one thing which was missing, that that you got your requirement done, but you're not really happy with that? So they will tell you that what are the small things which you can do to make their experience better. However, there will be some customers which will be giving you 4 stars or maybe 5 stars out of 1 to 5 stars, right? These customers are really happy with your service, and what do you do with them? You call them, you really thank them, and you ask them that what is that one thing which was really which they were really able to connect with, and they were really happy with that. Your customers will tell you what is your USP, your unique selling proposition. What is that one thing which they really liked? Now that thing which they tells you, you can start using that in your marketing or whenever you meet a new client. Secondly, you can request your existing client who give you 4 or 5 star rating to record a small testimonial of a couple of minutes where they share their experience on what were their requirements, and why did they choose you, how did you deliver, and how has been their experience, and why do they recommend it to everybody. Now, let me tell you one video testimonial of a customer. When you upload on social media, on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, it becomes your virtual sales employee working for you 24 by 7, isn't it? Type in the comment box, how was this strategy for you? Was it good? How are these ideas of Google Forms? Which do you think these will forms ideas will work great for your business? Type in the comment and let me know. I read each and every comment and I'll reply you back on any query that you have on this video. Okay. Now, and these things which I'm telling you, these are coming from my 8 years of consulting experience, where I've been working with 15 plus multinational companies, including Panasonic, ThyssenKrupp, Pepsi, Nike. And after helping them, then I jumped onto the MSME sector and started delivering my knowledge in the form of online coaching. And right now I'm helping more than 4,000 business owners across manufacturing, trading, and service sector. And you can also be part of my community by just signing up a 7-day free trial. You can find it out in the description as well. You can get started just right away. Now let's go to the next kind of form. I've told you 4 forms. Let's revise quickly. Request a callback form, lead and referral generation form, new customer order form. Whenever a customer gives you an order, you should have a form where you punch in that order, and that order, all details of the order, their requirement, any photos that they want to give you, any document they want to give you, any specific specification that they have, anything. You feed it and it directly goes to the Google Sheet, and it is not just simply on a diary or on the Excel file. Okay, because your diary you might lose, your Excel file it might get corrupted, but your data on Google Cloud will never go out. Okay, now, and fourth form was customer feedback form, which I told you it's one of the iconic idea which I give to people to really create awesome experience for business owners and really make them your advocate by asking for the feedback and then taking the eventually the video testimonials as well. Now there are last 3 forms which are left, which I'm suggesting you to using it immediately in your business. Although there are more than 100 type of Google forms which I recommend to business owners who become part of our training programs. However, just to start with, these 7 forms will help you to just kick off and get a better speed. Now let's go to the 5th form. This form will going to be the mind-boggling form for you. It is customer support form. I want to ask you that you are a business owner and you might be either solopreneur, or you might be having a team of 1 to 10 people, or you might be a big business owner having a team between 10 to 50, or maybe above 50 employees as well. When it comes to the MSME sector, what I've observed past 5 years is that most of the customers, most of the business owners, they directly take their customers' call whenever the customers face any small to small problem in their product or service that they have got from you. Now, I really encourage that. It's really good thing to do. However, the problem with this is that you are a business owner, you're already busy in so many things. You're already having a meeting with new clients, with vendors, with your employees and whatnot. And when you receive a call from your customer, you're saying that I have a problem in this, I have a problem in that. There might be a chance that you don't pick up their call, or you might say, let me call you back. And that is where they had allocated that 5 minutes to call you and explain you your point, right? Explain you their problem, and you cut the call. And when you call them back, they said, okay, I'm also busy, let's connect later. So what are you doing? You're actually making their experience poor, and their problem might be just a 5-minute problem which you could or your team could fix out. But because of no systems, because of manual calling and calling, you are wasting your time, your client is also wasting their time. And if you if they call you back again and you're again busy, you cut the call, they will be completely pissed off. Okay, obvious, right? So what do we say in India? We say that customer is God. So it's a priority to make our customers experience super solid. And what I recommend you to do is create a customer support form. Okay, now, for example, you're selling some kind of products. Okay, and these products are some those products which people use in their business or in their home, right? And if whenever they face any issue, they call you that we have got this problem with this particular product. Instead of that, you can create a Google form where you can ask them to put up their name, their email ID, and from the drop down you can ask them to choose the product which they have bought from you, or maybe the service that they have taken from you. And then they ask them to put up the query or the problem. That what is the query, what is the problem, and then ask them to submit it. When they submit the form, it means they have given their problem in the form of data point, right? Now, what do you need to do? You need to be smart as a business owner, because there are two type of business owners. One who just keep doing the work and they don't get results, and the other kind of business owners, smart business owners, who keep reinventing and keep investing their time in systems and scale their business like skyrocket. So you need to be smart business owners who build systems to scale the business and save your time. So what do? You pick up one employee from your team whom you think that who is good in talking with clients, and ask him or her to manage all these queries, all these problems, okay? And make it a clear cut instruction to the team that make sure that they solve customers problem within a time frame that you already had committed to the client when they purchased a product or service from you. Now it might be same day, or it might be that you ask them that will solve your problem in 24 hours or 48 hours or 1 to 3 business days, depending upon your business, right? Or you can say that we'll immediately get back to you, and your team calls them and asks for what was their problem, right? Now, what will happen that using these systems, the customer fills a form of the problem, the employee get the query and call the customer and ask for the problem and solve the problem right away, right? And who saves the time? Your customer saves the time and you save the time. Both the parties are saving the time, firstly. Secondly, your reputation is also increasing, because now customer will not have to go through 2 3 5 calls back to back to actually get the problem solved, because even if they call you, you eventually call your team to solve their problem, and you're creating a rectangle which is of no use. So let your client connect with your teammate and resolve the problem, rather than you come into the picture and all three people wasting their time back to back, right? Secondly, through this, the customer comes into the comfort zone, because they know that it's really easy to do business with you. You resolve their problems like this because you have a proper customer support system, and they will never leave you, even if you maybe even if you increase the price. Although you need to have a really good product to increase the price, but I'm saying that even if you increase couple of percent of 5 or 10% of price, it will be really hard for customers to leave you, because you're providing the service and you're resolving their query immediately. And let me tell you, my friends, most of people don't do it, and the first people who do it, they are the ones who grow the business. Have you heard of this rule called 80/20 rule? 80 people business owners are the ones who keep struggling, who keep daily firefighting, and they don't grow, and they blame it to the government and other people. There are 20% of people, 20% of business owners who are really focused on growing the business, and they become smart. They invest their time and money on building systems, and they scale it to the next level, right? And if you're one of those people who are coming into the 20% of bracket, or if you want to come to the 20% of bracket, I recommend you to start your journey with us and join a program called Master of Business Automation program, where in 8 weeks, through online training and hand holding and video calls and weekly Q&A calls, you are going to build your entire systems, which are going to help you to scale your business to the next level. You can get all the details in the description in the link below, and you can start your journey. So till now, we have covered 5 type of Google Forms, and I'm sure you're totally pumped up with all the kind of examples, aren't you? Type in the comments how you're feeling, and what was the best takeaway out of this video, out of the 5 forms that I've shared with you. Now, next 2 forms are going to be amazing again. Sixth form, which I tell you, is a category. Actually, it's not a single form, it's a category. The category called onboarding forms. Now, onboarding can be of any person. Onboarding can be of your employee. If a new employee is joining, why don't you create a form and ask them to fill up all the goddamn details: their name, their email ID, their contact number, their parents' detail if you want, what city they are from, their ID proof, their PAN card, their Aadhaar card, or whatever ID proof that you want. Or if they're joining from another company to this new company, then the proof that they were working in the previous company, or any recommendation letter, and maybe their degree certificate, their education certificate, whatever you think that you should collect according to your business, you can collect. Now, what happens with that is that you create data master. What is a data master now? When it comes to the bigger softwares like SAP, Salesforce, all these big softwares which is charging bomb, however providing the good service but charging bomb, they all have at the back end data masters. What are the data masters? Customer data master is that data master where you have all the customers in just one sheet. Then vendor data master is that data master where you have all the data of vendors in one sheet. Same way, employee data master is that data master where you have all the data, all the information about employees in one sheet. Now, Either you are managing it on diary or you're asking your employees to share it on the email, and whenever you require, you keep searching the by the name and searching that when they joined and what kind of document was that. Better than that, you can create an employee onboarding form and ask your new employee to fill the form. When they fill it up, the data goes directly to the Google sheet, and eventually you'll be able to have a proper database of all the employees with all the information that you want. Don't you think that's a better way to manage the business, right? uh, Second kind of onboarding form you can create is of vendors. Now it's recommended for manufacturers and traders, or maybe construction companies. Not all companies, all business owners are having vendors, but the ones who are having vendors, it's always good that you create a form and you ask them to upload all the data, their name, their email, their products that they provide the services, their location, or maybe their GST certificate or something else. And the next kind of onboarding form can be the client onboarding form as well. Yes. So for example, a new client is joining you, and although they're placing their orders back to back, but their other data, for example, where do they live and what's the team size, just to get some data of the customer, and you can get to know, as I say, know your customer, KYC of the customer, so that you can provide them the better service. You can upsell them, cross sell them some other services as well. So there's a sixth category called onboarding forms. And when you do this, you collect all the data into single sheets, and this become your gold mine, your data. And let me tell you, data is the new oil of 21st century. If you see these big companies like Amazon, Oil Rooms, Paytm, all these companies are just playing on data. And they know how to utilize the data, how to use it to upsell, cross-sell to the existing customers as well. And you can also do the same. It's just that what you need to do, come out of comfort zone and start using this, start learning this, start investing your time on learning this, and you'll see the change within just few days, right? Now, last but not the least form which I have for you in my bucket is networking form. What is called networking form? Now, before I tell you what is a networking form, I request you to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon, so that whenever I upload a new video, you should get it. And it will be great help that you share this video with as many friends as you can, either manufacturers, traders, service providers, because this is the video which is going to help them as well, right? Thank you so much. And put in the comments as well, how did you find this video? Now, the last but not the least form is networking form. Now, we all know that as a business owner, uh, especially MSME business owner, micro, small, medium enterprise business owners, who are not very tech savvy, who are not completely digital, who are not getting all the leads from Facebook, the ones who are depending on referrals. In India, more than 90% of business owners are dependent on referrals that they get either from their friends or their family members or their existing clients or maybe their prospects, right? Now, referrals we get when we network with people, when we stay in touch with people, people remember that we exist. For example, if I'm a website developer, and imagine that if I don't meet anybody for 1 year, my entire network will forget that I'm a Kewal Kishan, I'm a website developer. But if I keep meeting people, right, through, there are a lot of ways on how to meet people virtually and physically and grow your presence. That's another topic. But when you keep meeting people, that is where people recall that, okay, there's this person exists. Now, imagine you're meeting somebody virtually on Zoom or Google Meet or physically over a cup of coffee or any event. What happens? You meet the person, they themselves, you introduce themselves, and then what happens? You both exchange the cards, and when you give your card, they put it on their pocket, and vice versa. When you come back home, you pull up all the cards from your pocket and you put up on your desk, and guess what? Next day, all the cards are gone. Let me tell you, most of the cards which you're collecting are either going to the dustbin, or just you're collecting them on a diary which you have never opened, or you're just putting them on a phone, save the number, but you don't call them back again ever. You can create an amazing form which is going to help you double your sales immediately by using the power of referrals and networking. That's called networking form. What do you mean by networking form? It means, for example, you're meeting a new person and you're networking with person, you're knowing about his or her business, and she or he is knowing about your business, right? And you feel that you both can help out each other's business, personally or professionally, in the future. You both exchange the card. When you take the card, you immediately pull up the mobile, and you open the networking form. Now, if you see my screen, there are purple icons on my screen. Okay. Google Forms can be saved on your mobile as well as a mobile app. Okay. And all the forms that I talked about, you can save on your mobile. And not only you, your employees also can save on the mobile. So it's really easy to access. Just one click, you open the Google form. So you have your business card of the client, right? You open the Google form, you put all the data, you type all the data, the name, the email, their contact number, their company name, their city, whatever data that you want to pull it out from their business card. And what happens when you submit it? There is an add-on Google form called phone notification, through which you can automatically send an introductory email to that person saying, "Hey, it was really great meeting you, and it's my honor to be in your network, and it's really good to have you in my network as well. Let's stay in touch. By the way, professionally, this is my website, and this is what I do. And if you have any person in your network whom you want to recommend to my service, you can. And let's meet next time as well. I also know." And simple introductory email. What happens? There are a couple of things which happen with this. First magic which happens with this is your email which goes to the person, actually the email gets whitelisted. Okay. And whenever you email to the person next time, either any holiday email, festival email, any wishes email, or any newsletter email, any product sales email, the email directly will go to the inbox, the primary inbox. It will not go to the spam because you already whitelisted through this networking form. Secondly, the person really connects with you again, right? Well, there is science which says that if you are able to meet the person, and after that, if you get in touch with them within 24 hours, they will remember you forever. But most people, what do they do? They have a great meeting and then they forget to contact. And then they say that networking does not work. Referrals, I don't get referrals as well. So through this, again, you touch point with the person and they recall that, okay, they had met an amazing person like you. Secondly, the data of that person gets saved onto the Google Sheet, and you can collect all this data and you can share it, the emails to them, or any festival email, happy Holi, happy Diwali, happy Christmas, you can share with them. Or you can share some tips of your business, some value videos, or you can do a lot of stuff through email marketing as well. Cool. So tell me in the comments, how are these 7 Google Forms, and tell me what change in your life, in your business will be if you implement all these 7 forms, right? It will be awesome to see some comments, and I'll be more than happy to reply back on that as well. So I'm quickly repeating all the 7 forms. First form was request to callback form, in which the person, when goes to your website, they fill the form and you call them back automatically. Okay. Second form was lead and referral generation form, that when you get a new lead, a new referral, you actually have a form where you fill it up rather than a diary or an Excel file. Third is customer inquiry or customer order form. Whenever new order is placed, you have a proper form where you punch in the entire order, all the details, so it goes to the Google Sheet, and that you can further share with your operations team as well to fulfill the delivery. Fourth will be, after you deliver the product, how was the customer feedback? Were they happy, not happy? And if they're happy, why they are happy? Take out that reason, take out the video testimonial. If they're not happy, find out why they're not happy, improve the service, and rule the world. Then fifth form was customer support form. Instead of back to back calling with a client, it's always good that you create a customer support form, and save your time as well, and increase the credibility, and bring your customer into the comfort zone so that they never leave you, and you provide a really good service by resolving their query through form rather than calling and creating confusions. Then onboarding form. What is onboarding form? Either client onboarding or vendor onboarding or employee onboarding. Let's not save the crucial data of our employees or vendors or clients. All the required documents are the GST, or some other documents of an employee, for example, their degree, their ID proof, just on the email. No, because if you do that, you'll keep searching on your lifetime whenever you need it. It's better you create a forms, onboarding forms, and all the data will automatically be going to the Google Sheet, right? And last but not the least, form was networking form, through which you can connect with the people that you meet, and they will be staying in touch with your network. You can reach out to them via email marketing as well. And finally, within 24 hours, when you connect with them again, they will never forget you. So friends, these were 7 Google Forms which I recommend you must start using in your business, if you want to grow your business. Now, in the description below, there is a link through which you can start your automation journey with me, and within 2 months, you will be on the other level itself. Past 8 years have helped more than 4,000 business owners across manufacturing, trading, and service industry. These all the business owners were daily firefighting in their business. They were not having time for their family, for their business. In fact, they were more than 10 to 12 hours busy in just operations. And after going through the program, they are right now running their entire business operations, working just 1 hour a day. And I welcome you to join this and grow your business and ease out your life as well. Look forward to see you. Keep learning, keep automating. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.